It's week 2 of the National Football League, and we'll see Noah Gray. There's been no shortage of work for him, sitting second in the league in catches. It's the Chiefs and the Chargers on
Night
Sunday
beginning to
night.
fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020. Out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
His share of struggles in the opener through a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Herbert. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out, how vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 8 catches, 58 yards, and a score.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And Quentin Johnston was the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down. You talk about this Chiefs defense. This unit 3rd best in the NFL in stopping the run.
We know it's only week 1, but the results are pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. Got some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
And just a 30-yard punt that time. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Time to see Jack getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
On first down, Swain. He's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. This will be caught by Brown. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Swain. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. In motion goes the tight end. Now here's Mahomes. Able to find Gray here. These are his numbers from last week's contest. Now you figure that he'll probably be a big factor in this one as well.
No question about it, partner. We just saw it right there. They want to get him the ball in space and see what he can do after the catch. Now Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Mahomes going to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Butker's kick here is good, and the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He finds his man, complete. It's Stevens. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw.
Open man, it's Palmer.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. On the option right, Herbert.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent run of 22 yards on the keeper and also a first down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Back to throw here, Herbert. He finds his man, complete. It's Stevens. That's good, the completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 21-yard line.
Here's Herbert. And he's got it. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Josh Palmer,
his first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Chargers have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Josh Palmer. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And he fires one incomplete. The Chiefs at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And this would be quite a start for them if they could win 2 straight on the road.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't do him any favors. They gave him 2 road games right out of the gate. But the thinking on the team has to be, imagine if we win these 2 games, what a setup for the rest of the season for us.
If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Mahomes now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 22-yard line. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
To throw, it's Mahomes. That's into the hands of Worthy once again. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
It's a nice completion and a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Working from the gun, Mahomes. Over the middle, it's complete. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this one's incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Xavier Worthy, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs have retaken the lead. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. That time, a 9-play drive. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. Escapes the defender. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The LA offense ready for this next possession. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Herbert now. That one complete to McConkey. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A.
The Chargers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Over the middle, complete. That's Stevens. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 25-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Now it's Herbert. Throw left side, complete. That's Johnston. And out of bounds right around the 20. 2nd down and 4.
It's the pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. And they'll send the tight end in motion. After the run, now Herbert to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers' first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Herbert. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
Dobbins. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd and goal.
Looking to throw. Herbert. Dancing to his left. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is now 14-10. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Now a handoff up the middle. Swain, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Swain. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Deion Henley there on the tackle. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Swain. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Mahomes. That is caught. He's going to have the first down and more than that. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. And Xavier Worthy with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs have yet again retaken the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now 17-14. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Herbert. Complete to Johnston here. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Herbert. Now this one finds McConkey. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The Chiefs offense and Xavier Worthy set to take over once more. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Now Mahomes. That's into the hands of Worthy. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First down, Kansas City.
Now a give, right side. Swain. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Sometimes I think cornerbacks can benefit from the fact that quarterbacks might just forget about the idea that they might be near the line of scrimmage. How about the anticipation there, sneaking in and making a big play in the backfield?
13 yards remaining on second down.
Now here's Mahomes.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Marquise Brown, 30 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. That time a 6-play drive.
And it's Hollywood Marquise Brown who finishes it off with the touchdown.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field.
They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
Right side, he has Johnston.
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
They'll get this over the middle here to Palmer.
And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Back to throw here, Herbert.
He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
Herbert throwing again.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line.
The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Mahomes now to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Now 2nd and 5.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Mahomes going to throw.
A throw out wide going to be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers offense and Justin Herbert getting set for this. The Charger drive about to get going. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Stevens. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here's Herbert. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. It's a loss of 3 on what should be the final play of the first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the third quarter here. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Chiefs offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They've reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half. And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll get this complete to Worthy. They'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it second down. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he slings one that's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Has been a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Now it's Herbert. Open man is Palmer. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
Palmer going to go in motion left. Justin Herbert looking to pass. On the out route, he finds Johnston. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Here's Herbert. That's taken in by Palmer. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up second down.
At the 43-yard line.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. That's again complete to Palmer. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. Again, Herbert. Johnston on the quick slant. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up second down.
It's the pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Chiefs' 41-yard line.
Dobbins running out of the gun. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And the Chargers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Herbert. He gets it over the middle to Palmer. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Now a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Chiefs' 27-yard line.
Now a handoff for Dobbins. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4.
Out of the gun, Herbert. To the left side, he's got McConkey. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. 3rd and 4, he did just enough. I mean, just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Finds Johnston. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Touchdown, Chargers! McConkey, 27 yards, and the Chargers have cut it back within a score. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts, and they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this 3rd quarter. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Mahomes. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He's going to look deep down the field. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10
at the 33-yard line.
He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try to chip someone at the second level.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Herbert now.
Slant route going to be caught by Palmer.
And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 38-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert.
He gets this underneath to Dobbins.
Pulling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Chiefs' 35-yard line.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
Targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Herbert back to the air.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the 1st quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field.
And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter.
Mahomes going to throw.
And this pass caught by Gray.
Will go down as a gain of 6. And it's 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Here's Mahomes to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
And again, it's Mahomes.
Got a man over the middle, Worthy.
call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well, great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And there's the pickup you want on first down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on first down, we'll take it. How about if you get 5? They'll really be happy.
They'll try the left side. Swain, and he gets it down to the 32.
44 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
To throw, it's Mahomes. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
2nd and a couple.
Now here's Mahomes. Looking middle, and that's complete. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Swain, and he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Now 2nd and 9.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
He's going to find his tight end, Gray, complete.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Throwing now is Mahomes.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Butker's kick here is good, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 35-yard line.
Here's a give to Dobbins.
Fights through him. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Justin Herbert looking to pass.
That's completed right side to Palmer.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 39-yard line.
Palmer going in motion right.
Here's Herbert.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnston. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 4th down. They're going for it with Dobbins. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49.
And the Chargers, first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And he gets it down to the 32.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Here's Herbert. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
And that will be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
This offense making its way back out, led by their wide receiver. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show, as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
They go play fake. Mahomes.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Herbert and the Chargers down 27-24. A minute 53 remaining.
How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down.
Herbert over the middle and caught by McConkey.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
They come up now on 2nd and 2.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
And that'll be complete to Dobbins.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Here's first down. Herbert to throw.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
And that would get a right up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. Third down coming up. Throwing, Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth. Wow. What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the fourth quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left.
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. Is this a touchdown? That's the question. CD, what are they looking for here?
You just need any part of the football to break the plane. You don't need the whole football. It doesn't need to go over the entire white line. It's just that front part of the white line. And if you draw an imaginary plane going straight up, that's what they need to cross.
Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter.
Here we go. First and goal. Now Herbert.
And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
And now here comes Kansas City. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
Mahomes. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
And the LA offense ready for this next possession.
And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
On third down, here's Dobbins. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This will get the lead up to 7. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
This is 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the game will continue for at least one more play.
To not finish a game on a defensive penalty, that's why they get one more untimed attempt.
One final try for Mahomes. That is caught at the 7. And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Partner, what a finish to this one. I mean, this offense, they had it down there inside the red zone, but ultimately couldn't execute that final snap to find the end zone.
Yeah, and they're going to walk away from this one, and you know what's going to go through their heads the entire time until they get to play again? If we could only have that final snap to do over one more time, maybe with a different play call.
So for L.A., it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Chargers.